Impact Drake unboxing. Now, Impact Drake is the first Beyblade X to feature rubber on the blade, which I think is absolutely amazing. This rubber will help it absorb attacks as well as unleash powerful ones itself. This set also comes with the string launcher spinning in the right direction because this is technically sort of an evolution of Cobalt Drake, and Cobalt Drake is also right spin. Now, I'm very excited to see how this feature will play out because now left spin bays will actually feed Impact Drake energy. However, the only left spin bay technically as of now is Cobalt Dragoon. But this may just make it a good counter for Cobalt Dragoon. Now, with the ability of powerful attacks itself, just like Ultimate Valkyrie from the Burst generation, it is sure to deal out hefty blows in the stadium. This can be a force to be reckoned with, so I'm very excited to see how it will perform. On the back right here, you can see the owner is Khrome Ryugu. However, his eyes are blackened out. This is because Impact Drake is the bay he possesses when he's in his villain arc. Impact Drake was given a Chrome by Omega Shiroboshi, who is also the mother of Tenka Shiroboshi. And as you already know, Tenka is the owner of Samurai Saber. By the way, go check out this unboxing of Samurai Saber. It's already up on my channel as we speak. The parts Impact Drake comes with is 960, which released on Tyranno Roar as well as Phoenix Wing / Soar Phoenix. And if I'm not mistaken, it also released in BX35 Random Booster, which was for Black Shell. Actually, that was a 980, but you get the point. One new part that comes with Impact Drake is Low Rush. If you didn't know already, Rush is probably the best attack type bit in all of X as of now. So this brings great promise for Low Rush. Rush itself is already somewhat hard to obtain, however it's gotten easier as time went by. But now this provides another alternative. I don't know if it will perform better than Rush or worse, but we'll have to find out for that. One more thing I forgot to mention is that 960 is probably the best ratchet in all of Beyblade X. This is because it's very hard to burst as well as it being circular in shape. The most circular has been taken over by 385, which released on Night Mail, and 060, which released on Ghost Circle. By the way, prepare for that unboxing by subscribing and liking this video. Now, enough of my talk, let's get an overview of the parts in person. Now, one cool thing about Impact Drake is it's now the heaviest Beyblade X blade. Prior to Impact Drake's release, the heaviest blade was by Phoenix Wing, which is very cool now that we have a stronger and heavier attack type. The addition of rubber to the blade as well as it being the heaviest means that it will be insanely powerful to play with. As well as that, in the Takara Tomy Beyblade X app, it already has the strongest attack power. With all this in mind, I'm very excited to play with Impact Drake. Now, the image of Impact Drake that we have in the package definitely is not a letdown considering it looks equally as good, if not better in real life. Here's a side-by-side comparison. Absolutely astonishing and amazing. First off, I'm gonna get started on the awesome string launcher. If you want to skip to Impact Drake itself, please feel free to skip ahead. Now this launcher comes in an amazing shade of gray, somewhat resembling gunpowder, and this little red detailing right there as well as here on the launcher itself really pulls the whole design together. It is just like any other standard Beyblade X string launcher, so there's no performance buff from using this. The only thing is, like I said previously, it looks absolutely gorgeous and amazing. I know I've said a lot of other launchers look good, for example the one in Phoenix Wing. However, I really enjoy this one. There isn't much else to state about this as it's just your generic string launcher, so now I'm finally going to move on to Impact Drake itself. Now with Impact Drake, we can see the rubber bits right here highlighted in red. When the base spins, it looks absolutely phenomenal, and one thing I'd like to appreciate is the sick avatar we have of Drake. And by the way, I'm talking about the Beyblade, not the singer who got destroyed by Kendrick. This blade is four-sided just like the original Cobalt Drake. However, it appears to have more upper attacks. It is pretty thick in my opinion. And of course, with it being a UX release, it does have plastic prongs which is connecting to the avatar. The blue has a high contrast with the red and gray of the blade, especially in the middle where the three prongs go for the launcher. Overall, it's an absolutely insane design. However, the only bait that I think is slightly defeating Impact Drake in design is that of Beat Tyranno, or Tyranno Beat. Samurai Saber is also a close competitor. On the back, it pretty much looks like any other Beyblade X Bay, just with the rubber. It's super sleek and has an amazing side, front, back, everything profile. The detailing of this Beyblade is awesome. However, in my opinion, I wish it was a bit less square. If you really look at it enough, it basically does just look like a squishy little blob. Now, since there isn't much else to say about the blade of Impact Drake, I'll move on to the ratchet and then the bit. And then I'll show you an overall review of how it looks fully assembled. Now, the ratchet, as I had mentioned, is 960 and it's in this amazing blue color. The only other blue 960, I believe, came on Tyranno Beat. However, instead of a black inside, it was blue, and instead of a blue outside, it was white. Now this is sure to make an amazing color scheme for a remake of Phoenix Wing, just in a blue color. Or you could just swap out the parts from Tyranno Roar. Also apologies, I think it said Tyranno Beat previously. You can obtain the blue Phoenix Wing from BX35. When putting on the ratchet to Impact Drake, one thing I'd like to mention is that there is a gap, and it is somewhat ugly. I don't like the fact that it isn't flush with the blade, however there isn't much you can do, as it already looks good from the top and that's really where everyone actually looks at. And the final part is of course Low Rush. It's somewhat of an indigo color. It is relatively small at first glance, however I think it's only a millimeter shorter than the normal Rush bit. With the bit being lower, it will be easier to stabilize rather than it being too tall, and it will unleash better extreme dashes. However, the changes will somewhat be minimal. I do believe it should perform a bit better than actual Rush, however the opinion varies. Putting the entire bay together, it looks absolutely sleek other than the ratchet, and the Beyblade is hard to burst. Since the bay is hard to burst, that means there is a relatively low risk of it losing to a burst finish. The only big problem I can see is that when the rubber comes in contact with another attack bay, the force may backfire and send Impact Drake hurtling towards the pocket. This is sort of the same mechanic you get when you throw a bouncy ball at a wall. When I put Impact Drake on the launcher, it looks absolutely cool. I'm very excited to see the sheer power of Impact Drake in action. It looks absolutely amazing, sort of like a galaxy when you launch it. Before doing that, I'd like to mention one thing. If you want to get Impact Drake for yourself or any other Beyblades, visit Mall of Toys or Bays & Bricks. Both Mall of Toys and Bays & Bricks offer amazing Beyblade X Takara Tomy products for a relatively cheap price. I get all my Takara Tomy Beyblades from one of the two sites, and they do not disappoint with shipping or quality. I got Impact Drake specifically from Bays & Bricks, however the prices don't vary much, so you could very well get it from Mall of Toys too. If you plan to order from Mall of Toys or Bays & Bricks, use code BladingBird. BladingBird will give you a discount on any site you use, so make sure to apply that on your next purchase. Now we can finally move on to the test battles with this amazing looking combo. Finally, it is time to play with Drake. Wait a minute. Finally, it's time to bay battle with Impact Drake. The first thing you may be wondering is, where is the hard protective plastic covering that is supposed to be going on the Beyblade X Stadium, Blading Bird? And the thing is, I removed that. And now you may be thinking, won't that make the Beyblades just completely fly out of the stadium? And you would be absolutely correct. However, I do follow safety rules just like some of the kids watching this should. Safety comes first, which is why box. The reasoning behind this is that the plastic covering has a very bad reflection in it, which basically reflects everything in my room as well as the lights. It was very distracting seeing all these random objects and lights in the reflection, and it just took away from the professionalism of the battle. The thing with the box is it doesn't have any reflective issues, and when the Beyblade Extreme dashes or gets knocked out, the walls will stop it from flying outside of the stadium. Basically, as long as I zoom in the stadium, it will look 10 times better than it would with this plastic covering, as you can see the full entire battle. Now, unlike Zanky, I'm not going to be putting my phone right over there to get a better close-up of the battle from a ground level, because last thing I want is my phone to be absolutely exploded into pieces by a Beyblade. I don't know how I'll explain to Apple that my phone got shattered by a spinning top. That would not be a good conversation. With that out of the way, we can finally start launching these bays. First challenger for Impact Drake will be Bear Scratch. and Savage Bear. Yes, Impact Drake is going to be facing both of these Beyblades at the same time. I'm going to push Impact Drake's limits already. So it's fair for Impact Drake. I'm going to launch these two Beyblades first. And I'll likely do that with the rest of the Beyblades. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And already extreme finish. And both of the bears just got absolutely decimated. So I'm just going to count that as 3 points for Impact Drake. So it is officially knocked out Savage Bear. Its only competitor hanging on by barely 1 point is Bear Scratch, the Takara Tomy version. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And an instant knockout finish for Impact Drake. Maybe that was a bad launch on my part, however, I need to get on with battles. So I'm just gonna say Impact Drake takes that point. Next off, we got Silver Wolf. Silver Wolf will be able to deflect attacks with this ring as well as its free ball ability. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And great attacks. Oh wow. And Impact Drake actually gets ricocheted into the extreme pocket. As I had mentioned earlier, that is one of the downsides for Impact Drake, as it could just launch itself into the pocket. So Silver Wolf instantly takes this battle, as I'm only going to be going off of 3 points. Now we have Samurai Saber, with its basically useless sword gimmick. Let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And that is an instant extreme finish for Impact Drake. Wow. Samurai Saber is already eliminated after one battle. Moving on from that instant victory, we have the defense type Leon Crest. Let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Insane attack from Impact Drake, but Leon Crest is holding through. And Leon Crest has just proved why it is a defense type. It just ate up Impact Drake's attack. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh my! Whoa, that was absolutely insane. How is Leon Crest alive? It actually isn't. Alright. Let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And an instant sweep for Impact Drake. Leon Crest is eliminated. Now we have Whale Wave. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. I don't even know what happened there. Let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And that is once again a tie. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh wow. And Impact Drake barely takes it with the survivor finish. This Bay just refuses to quit, nearly getting extreme finished. However, it held on. Let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh wow. And Whale Wave actually may not win. Okay. And Impact Drake once again takes a survivor finish. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Insane strike. Oh my! I am counting that as a knockout finish because the walls over here are actually taller than the walls over here, which is why getting over this wall or into the pocket is an extreme finish. Either way, Impact Drake wins with a score of 4-0. Alright, now we have Night Mail with the point bit on it, meaning it can alternate from stamina and attack. let it. 3, 2, 1, let it. I don't even know what on earth just happened there. I barely even processed that. I just launched Impact Drake and I barely think that Impact Drake took the point for that one. You can already see the dents that have formed in the walls. Score is 1-0. 3, 2, 1, let it. 3, 2, 1, let it. And Night Mail with a knockout finish. That's a perfect example of how it can switch to attack mode. 3, 2, 1, let it. 3, 2, 1, let it. That was a knockout finish for Impact Drake. For a second, it almost looked like Impact Drake would be knocked into the extreme finish pocket. However, it literally defied all laws of physics, breaking gravity in half, and struck back against a Night Mail. Right when it was about to lose, its bond with the blader had made it regain all of its strength, struck Night Mail, and it pulled off a victory. Now I really hope you enjoyed this unboxing and test battles. I'm experimenting with a new style of editing and filming. I've gotten professional equipment, and I've gotten somewhat of a microphone. I really hope you appreciate it. Please subscribe and like. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. It would be insane if we managed to beat that goal. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video, and bye.